boys, let's talk some college football. Big Ten, first of all, start here. Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, all ranked in the top 10. We buying that? Anybody not belong there? Anybody that isn't named that should be there?
Oh, no, I buy that. I think the Big Ten is very top-heavy this year.
Penn State?
Well, I don't buy James. They can win the Big Ten. They can't win the national title because James Franklin is their head coach. And I don't even know if I believe in the quarterback that's been there forever, Drew Aller. But yeah, the Big Ten is top-heavy, and it's the same with the SEC. But that next group, too, could be very dangerous. Your Michigans and Illinois, and even Indiana might come around for second helping.
Nebraska, I would throw Nebraska.
Nebraska, yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I'm not sure the champion will come from those top 3 or 4 because
the
like
Big
I said,
Ten champion.
Right. Oh, the national champion.
Could be one of those teams that comes from off the pace that you just named.
Yeah, could be.
Just like Indiana last year with the schedule that was, they didn't play anybody or whatever. Yeah, I think it's absolutely possible. National champion, this is, and part of this is the playoff, and some of it's the portal. It's wide open. Who's, the first AP poll had, 6 different teams getting first place?
Well, and you look down like the top 10, I believe only 1 or 2 or maybe 3 teams have a returning quarterback.
Exactly.
With being Clemson is certainly going to be up there, and that's one of the things that Michigan State is hanging their hat on as well, is Aiden Childs coming back. Well, Michigan, they have somebody else. They brought in somebody to play quarterback for them.
Yeah,
freshman guy.
They just signed a guy. So let's go one by one with them. Michigan State, year 2 under Jonathan Smith. And year 2, it should be mentioned for Aiden Childs, who also has some experience at Oregon State on his resume. What does success look like for the Spartans?
A bowl game. I would say 7 wins, but also
they need a bowl game.
But
yes,
they do need a signature win too somewhere along the way, whether it's Michigan or at home or Penn State or somebody like that. Something to sort of give everybody. Because 7 wins, yes, that I think people will view that as progress, but you got to get people excited too.
And I think
going to take that.
Yeah, and I think they plugged some of the holes. They think their offensive line will be better. They're still looking for a pass rush, but they think their defense will be better. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. We'll see how good Aiden Childs is. He's definitely got an upside. But their receiver room with Nick Marsh and the transfers they brought in.
Amari Kelly.
Yeah, that can be a great mistake raise. Like teams can rise up in college football with great receivers because you're going up against.
We've seen Michigan State do that.
They've been there.
Very famous for doing that.
For sure.
Yeah, and Childs certainly,
I think he's really an interesting guy in this whole landscape of college football because all the talent's there. It's eliminating the mistakes that seemed to hurt him whenever he turned around last year.
And I think that's,
experience does that.
And I think Michigan fans are going to get a taste of that this year probably.
Yes, they are.
We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I think that's just part of the job description of a freshman quarterback is to throw the ball away or to turn the ball over.
Well, are they going to see that? Or as Bryce Underwood said on the Big Ten Network special, they ain't never seen a freshman like me before.
Well, and
maybe that's true.
Maybe it is, but I want to go to John's point and say this: the college football can be really rough on freshman quarterbacks. They're going to see things they've never seen before. Look, Bryce Underwood obviously comes in with massive buildup, and certainly it's going to be one of the most watched things in college football to see how he plays for Michigan. But I do think it's fair to say, you know what? It bears watching because it is a tough jump from high school to college football, in particular at the level that Michigan's at, where you're attempting to win big games.
And from what we hear, he's mature beyond his means. He just turned 18 years old, which certainly is helpful. But freshman quarterback, I think when Trevor Lawrence came in and was undefeated his first year at Clemson, and nobody really has come anywhere close to having a freshman quarterback year like that. And Michigan does have some question marks on the offensive line, too. So I would be careful. Bryce Underwood can say whatever he wants. I'm not telling him to tone it down, but
I don't think he would listen to you anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he would.
Week 2 against Oklahoma would be interesting.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I do think they're going to have a better plan as an offense going into this season than they did last year.
You mean a plan?
Well, actually, last year I think they had a plan, and it just didn't fit when the quarterback didn't work. I do think that's going to make a big difference. They're going to have a professional play caller there as an offensive coordinator.
And 2 really good running backs, I think, in Jordan Marshall and Justin
And a defense that should keep them in games.
A defense that should be actually maybe really good. One of the best in the Big Ten.
No, really. Like the Big Ten Network show was like lauding them for like one of the best in the country. And maybe they will. I mean, they've shown it before. They got Wink, Wink Martindale.
Love that.
All right, good luck with your computer, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's drying
we're all
out.
rooting for
I
you.
have it upside down.
We're all rooting for you.